Gone too soon. The painful story of Samuel, a Ghanaian nurse in the UK. Have you ever had news so heartbreaking that it shakes you to the core? That's exactly what happened this week in the UK. A young Ghanaian nurse named Samuel, just 38 years old, a husband and father of two beautiful daughters, left home with big dreams. He wanted a better future for his family, working so hard day and night in the UK's healthcare system. But today, Samuel is no more. His friend described the shocking moment when the police arrived at the scene. The calls that no one ever wants to receive in his or her life, and the unimaginable grief of a family that has now lost their breadwinner in Ghana. This story is painful, but it is also a reminder of how fragile life can be for Africans in the diaspora. Samuel was a nurse in Ghana before moving to the UK in 2024. He is a healthy man, full of energy and loved by his colleagues. He always talked about his two daughters, aged 7 and 4, back in Ghana. His biggest dream was to bring them to the UK soon, very, very soon, so they could finally be together as a big family. But on Monday, August 18, this 2025, that was last week Monday, tragedy struck. Samuel didn't show up for his work. Calls went unanswered. Concern started growing here and there. And when police finally entered his home, Samuel was found lying on the floor with phone propped up as though he had been watching something on his phone. His lifeless body was right on the floor. Samuel gone too soon. Friends who rushed to the scene described the shock. One of them, Prince, said he had called Samuel the night before but got no response. He still blamed himself, saying if he had listened to his wife and checked on him, maybe I would have found Samuel alive today. Now, why did his friend utter that statement? The friend was a very good close friend to Mr. Samuel. They left Ghana together, even on the same flight last year. They also worked together in the health sector. They lived at some point in the same house, under the same roof, before his friend Prince now got himself another apartment very close to Samuel's house. Prince came back from work on Sunday. By the time the wife tried to open the door, somehow for whatever reason, the door jammed, and they used a jammed door, a jammed key. You understand what I mean? The key was at the back, so they couldn't go into the house again. But Mr. Prince now went behind the whole house. He noticed that the window was still open. So he tried to climb from the back, but it was so high a little bit. He now said, Samuel had ladder in his house there. Let me even give him a call and go to his house and go and pick the ladder. That is just a few blocks away from Mr. Prince's house. Then Prince now called 3 times. Samuel did not pick his call. Prince's wife now said, let's walk in since it's just few blocks away. So at least when we press the bell, we can collect the ladder from him. But Prince told his wife and said, no, he knows Samuel. If Samuel has his phone with him, he will have picked, he will have answered. Especially when he sees his name coming in. That he said, probably maybe Samuel is at work or maybe he's somewhere that he cannot even answer his call. But the wife insisted and pressed Prince that they should go and knock on Samuel's door. But that night, for whatever reason, Prince did not listen to his wife. And then Prince now make another arrangement. They went somewhere else. They slept. The following morning, they called someone to come and open the door for them. When they opened the door, Mr. Prince was on his couch. And then call keeps coming in, here and there. And the wife was so fed up of the calls coming in. And the wife said, Prince, pick up your call. Maybe it's going to be an important call. Reluctantly, Prince picked up his call. And then it was another friend that called all the way from Samuel's working place. This time around, it was Monday. They did not see Samuel at work. And the next person that they know that at least lives around Samuel's house is Prince. That's why they can now call Prince. Prince now said, don't worry. I will go to his house. I will go and check on him. And this other friend that now called all the way from the office now said, don't worry. I will soon be at home too. I will join you so that we'll go to Samuel's house together. On the way going to Samuel's house, the wife now joined them. But while they were going just few meters away, they now saw a police car was coming, bam, like that, speed. And Prince now said, I hope these police are not going to Samuel's house. So that if this car stopped in front of that house there, that means something had happened to Samuel. Mr. Prince did not finish that statement. Police just stopped right in front of Samuel's house. That was when Mr. Prince started within himself, regretting that if he had known, he would have listened to his wife. When the wife said, let's go and check on Samuel. Forget about the call. Let's walk in, since it's just a few meters away. That was what brought about that quote. And when the police now searched, I think, Samuel's phone, they discovered that probably the last person that called was Prince. And when they came out, they said, no, sorry, Prince. You are not allowed to go into that house first. We'll get back to you. The police now came back. They said, okay, sorry. Can you just go in there, go and identify? Is that your friend lying down there? We know it's going to be hard for you, but take heart. Then Mr. Prince now went in. That was when he now saw his friend, his lovely friend that they left Ghana together last year on the same flight. They lived together under the same roof before he moved out. Saw his lifeless body on the floor. He even said somehow he saw his phone hanging near his bed, but Samuel was lying on the floor. Probably he was watching movies on his phone before he left the world. Prince said the police did not give conclusion of whether he died while he was sleeping or maybe he died while he was struggling. But autopsy will reveal the death of Mr. Samuel. As we speak right now, the body of Mr. Samuel is with the coronist. But the truth is, no one saw this coming. No one saw it coming at all. Samuel had no serious medical condition. He rarely even took medication. To everyone around him, he was a strong fellow, a focused human being, and full of hope. Imagine this. Just days before his death, Samuel was laughing with his colleague, sharing stories of the gifts he had bought for his children. He had even booked his flight to Ghana for this coming November, that is in 3 months' time. He was excited to prepare paperwork to bring his family over to UK. So he has been arranging all the documents that he will use in filing in to bring his 2 children and his wife to UK. Now, his daughters, who were already packing their bags to join him in the UK, are instead preparing to bury their father. His wife, a teacher back in Ghana, earning less than $150 a month, is left wondering how she will raise those 2 children that were left alone. And his colleagues in the UK, still in disbelief, they are now scrambling to raise funds, not only to give Samuel a befitting burial back home in Ghana, no, not at all, but also to support the family Samuel left behind, especially the wife and the 2 children. Because Samuel is someone that really wants to give his children a good foundation in life. I beg. Guys, before we continue, please drop a comment below. What do you think communities abroad should do more to support families when tragedy like this strike? Your words matter. Let's make this a place of strength and support for Samuel's family and friends. Sadly, Samuel's story is not isolated. Many African health workers abroad are the backbone of hospitals. Yet, when tragedy like this hits, family back home in Ghana, in Nigeria, or in Africa are left vulnerable. Repatriating a body is very, very expensive. Supporting the widows and children is even harder. Samuel's friends say their biggest wish is not only to send his body back home to Ghana, but also to make sure that his daughter's future is also secured. As one of them put it, even when Samuel is gone, Samuel must still fight for his children because he loved those children. Sometimes you see Samuel in the video dressing, bathing those kids, even doing makeup for them. He loves those kids. Brothers and sisters, Samuel's death is a painful reminder. Tomorrow is not promised. He was only 38, strong, healthy, with dreams of reuniting with his family. Now, those dreams have been cut short. But we, the community, can stand in the gap. We can make sure his daughters grow up knowing their father's sacrifice was not in vain. Please, if you're touched by Samuel's story, help us to share this video. It's going to be a kind of form of support for Samuel. And don't forget to leave your thought below. How can we build a stronger support system for Africans in the diaspora? Because at the end of the day, this could have been any one of us. May Samuel's soul rest in peace. Now, just last week, I did another video, just something like this, about a Nigerian guy that also died on top of his couch in the Netherlands there. I'm going to put the video up there after this video. What is the take-home from Samuel's story? When we mention death, that one day, at least, we're going to go. You will see my brother, you will see my sister. They will say, God forbid bad thing. And some of them will say, I will should be lie. While some will say, a war. Take it or leave it. We're all going to leave this earth. But when is what we don't know. Be back in Africa, either dead or alive. And if you don't have this money in place, friends and family that you left behind, then they're going to be running helter-skelter. That time, GoFundMe will be walking here and there. And I think, we should just throw away all those culture of the thing and just do the right thing. Please, today, if you're watching me, please try, press the bell, take that phone, call, do the research on funeral services, insurance, or even death insurance. And so, please, try as much as you can as well. Write a will. Will is very, very important. We see ourselves here in Africa that, we don't want to talk about it. The moment you talk about it, the person is going to die on time. No, you're preparing yourself. Not because you want to buy tomorrow, but the problem, the wahala that you leave behind for your family, that's one thing that you're trying to avoid for them. Let's cultivate that culture that we should prepare for the final day. Not by preparing for the final day that they will eat amala and fufu. No. Prepare for the final day, not to put your family, your loved ones in trouble. May the soul of Mr. Samuel rest in perfect peace. Please, if you haven't joined us before on this platform, kindly subscribe to this channel. Till I see you in the next video, please take care of yourself.